Let me ask you a question. Tell Blue when you're traded to the Phoenix Suns, the discussion you had with the players about being the best player in the world.
Yeah, so we played the Bulls. We played the Bulls and we beat them like 8 times in a row. Then Scotty and those guys got better. And, Bird had McHale and Parrish and Dennis Johnson. Magic had Kareem, Worthy, Byron Scott, and all those guys. But I said, man, I think I'm the best player in the world. I said, all these other guys got some help. And the Sixers was screwing up my career because we had the number one pick in the draft and traded it like dummies, like dumb. Um, and I was like, guys, so I get traded to Phoenix. So the owner calls me, he says, I said, well, this is what's going to happen. I'm the best player in the world. We're going to the finals. We're going to play the Chicago Bulls, and I'm going to prove I'm the best player in the world. So we get off to a mediocre start, and I know Michael. Michael know that I'm coming for him, that we're going to play them in the finals. And Michael loves to send messages. So we play the Bulls. He just stomp us. I go crazy after the game. I said, guys, that guy sent me a message tonight. He wanted me to know he better than me and they're better than us. I said, I told you guys I'm the best player in the world. We're going to the finals, but y'all got to rise up with me. And I was going ballistic after the game. Then we go on like a 14-game winning streak. And we finally got together as guys. We're going to rise up. He's not coming down. I said, that's one guy. Because I'll tell you another story, Blue. So I go to the Olympic trials in '84. They invited like the top 120 players in the country. Probably 50, 60 Hall of Famers on that list. And the rest are household names. And we start cutting down on players. And I make it to the final cut. Me, John Stockton, Carmelo, and Terry Porter are the four guys riding home together. My coach calls me like 3 days later. He says, Charles, John Thompson want to tell you something. Come to the office. He calls. He says, Sonny, I just want to tell you, Charles was the second best player at the Olympic trials. He should have made the team. Bobby Knight did not like him. He never gave us a reason. He just didn't like Charles. He said, but I just wanted Charles to know, Charles, you were amazing. You were the second best player there, and you should have made the team, but Bobby wasn't going to let you. So he hangs up the phone. He says, I'm surprised. I said, why are you surprised? He says, I thought you were the best player in the country. I said, well, I'm not. I said, well, I'm not. I said, coach, there's this dude. He's jet black. He's a little taller than me. He can outrun everybody. He can outjump everybody. And he's talking the whole time. He said, what's his name? I said, his name is Michael Jordan. I was a coach. I ain't never seen anything like it. Because Michael's a little taller than me. I can say, he's mentally tough, man. And he could outrun everybody and outjump everybody. I said, damn, coach. I was a coach. I ain't never seen anything like it. And this is before he became Michael Jordan. This is in college. I said, coach, he gonna be amazing. I mean, I didn't think he was gonna become the GOAT, but I knew. I said, coach, I'm not the best. There's this crazy dude from North Carolina who, hey, he's kicking your, hey, he's kicking your and telling you he's kicking. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it was like, and like I say, it's probably 50, 60 guys on that 120 that's in the Hall of Fame, and the rest of them are like household names. They were all, I guarantee you, probably 100 of the guys were first round draft picks.
Blue doesn't
Um,
believe that Jordan is the GOAT.
so it's interesting you say that because we had a moment on TV the other night, Blue. LeBron is getting ready to pass Michael in the most 30-point games. And Ernest says LeBron passes somebody. He's only 40 games behind Michael Jordan for the most 30-point games. And I says, can you repeat that? I says, wait, he already passed Kareem. And I says, he's what? He's 35 games behind Michael for the most 30-point game. And he's played like 7 or 8 years longer. I says, I ain't never gonna shade LeBron. I love LeBron. He's a good dude. He's a great, great player. But to not have passed Michael in 30-point games, and he's played, I think he's on year 20, right? And and I think I says I said that's an incredible stat that he's still behind Michael and he's played 7 years longer. It's blue. You got to admit that's an interesting factoid.
That is very interesting. But I'm gonna have to take a moment. I guess I got to be the OG because y'all must not have ever heard about the story between the tortoise and the hare because that's just what this is. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get to the destination, but we passed them up. It take a little bit longer on our route. Don't be mad because we made it here. We here now.
Well, the rules have changed. Would you at least admit that?
That's true.
So it's easier to play today. You have to factor that in. Like, again, example. We know Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and Pat Mahomes is going to pass maybe probably everybody. But the three guys I just mentioned, in the next 3 or 4 years, they're going to be like, they won't even be in the top 10 when it comes to stats. They like, some of these other bums not even in a conversation with them, but they're going to pass them because the game is different. They're going to throw it 100 times a game now. And like I say, I never say they're better or worse time, but Tom, Peyton, and Joe Montana are considered the three best and pass gaining quickly. Their numbers are going to be irrelevant in the next couple of years. So I ain't never going to say, I will say this about LeBron. I think his career has been the greatest sports story in sports history. What I mean by that, Blue, is people forget Kobe Bryant struggled in the beginning. Kevin Garnett struggles. McGrady struggles. All the young guys struggle. The only guy who didn't struggle was LeBron. He came in and played well right away. And secondly, in today's society where everybody's out to get you with cell phones and text messages and things like that, I don't think he's ever really made a mistake. And for to come in at 18 and be ready to play and live up to the hype and pass the hype, I think it's the greatest sports story ever. To come in at 18 and because like I say, and your dad knows this, man, some of the stuff, well, I'm not like your dad. Some of the stuff I did, I'm damn glad there wasn't no cell phones around. Hey, hey, I'm glad there was no internet. You know, all the guys in my generation, stuff that we did that was fun. It was fun and sometimes good, sometimes bad. We can't do that stuff today. Everything these guys do is that there's somebody out to get them. And for LeBron to go his entire career, be that great of a player and never get in trouble, I've said it before. I'm not just saying it on the Mark Jackson show. What a clever name. Damn.
I was going to
I
name it the
said
steam room, but it was
that
taken.
the same room is a really good thing. That's right. You like that, don't you? But Man, his story is amazing. I truly believe that.
And I mean no disrespect to Michael Jordan. He's one of my favorite players. His story, even just his mentality, everything that it took for him to reach the level that he took.
Don't make me break out the endorsements and shoes and things either. That just be throwing gasoline on the fire, Blue. You know,
No, don't talk about this.
no, and that's another thing. That's another thing you guys, Michael deserves credit for. Nobody had shoes that made money until Michael. No guys were doing commercials until Michael. See, the generation now think like, well, everybody got a signature shoe. No, Converse had Michael and Larry, but they were just regular Converse. They didn't have like Air Jordan. Man, this dude has made us and these players so much money. Like LeBron probably makes $100 million from Nike a year. That's because of Michael. Kobe made $100 million. All these guys got different shoes from different companies. So Michael deserves some credit in that aspect too.